Which character should you pull in Zenless Zone Zero? I'll go over each character mechanics and playstyle, and I'll give you my tier list at the end of the video so you can pick the characters that fits your playstyle. In case you didn't know, Zenless Zone Zero will be out on July 4th at 10 AM UTC+8. This video will be a guide on how to reroll and which characters to choose from the 5-star characters depending on your playstyle. Just saying you don't actually need to reroll, we will apparently get more pulls than other gacha games, but we will see. On top of that, after 300 pulls, you will be able to pick one 5-star character from the standard ones. Also know that all 5-star characters are balanced, so I think it will heavily depend on your playstyle and what characters you like. Okay, so let's start with rerolls. For those who are interested in doing it, know that it will be very tedious and will take quite some time. There will be a lot of cutscenes and tutorials until you unlock the pulls, and you will need to create a different email each time. For the banners, you will have the standard one as well as the limited one, Ellen and her weapon. The standard one should give you a 5-star fairly quickly and will count towards the 300 pulls to pick a 5-star. The default drop rate is 0.6% and the pity should be at 40. I think we can expect around 30 pulls or more, right from the start, so that's nice. Now let's talk about the different characters. For now, there are no healers in the game. That's very important to know, and I'm not sure if they're planning on adding them in the future. The teams rely more on the synergy with the different elements available in the game and the character types. There will also be 2 very cool mechanics, perfect dodge and perfect parry, kinda like weathering waves, so that's nice. On top of that, there will be a stun bar to fill. When a boss is stunned, it won't be able to move and will take more damage. This is a very important mechanic because some characters are specialized in stuns. Also note that the ult bar is shared across all your characters, so it's usually the DPS who will use it. Finally, you will have something called Anomaly, similar to Pokemon with Poison, Burn, Freeze, and so on. And same thing here, some characters will specialize in that. Now, I'll show you the different characters available in the game currently. First, we have Rina, Nekomata, Lycaon, Soldier 11, Grace, Koleda. These are the 6 standard characters. But as I said earlier, there is also the limited ones, Ellen and Joyoan. Let's start with Rina. She will be a support. She has a lot of range, so she should be safe most of the time. And the best thing about her is her buff. She will increase the penetration of your characters, which means they will ignore the death of the enemies. She can be played in almost any team, even though you would prefer electric characters with her to buff them. So overall, she is a safe pick and should be future-proof. Now let's talk about Lycaon. He's an ice character, and he's specialized in stunning enemies. He used a melee weapon and lots of combos. In the stunner role, he's currently the best character in the game. But on top of that, since he's ice and the first limited banner is a main DPS and ice, they should be extremely good together. I think it might be the best team at the beginning. So Lycaon might be the best pick at the moment if you're planning on pulling for Ellen. But we never know if there will be any power creep in this game, so we will have to see. Then we have Nekomata. She's physical. She's main DPS and uses a melee weapon. She's probably the fastest character in the game right now. She hits very fast. Ideally, she wants to hit the boss from behind. I think this one is more about personal preference. She might not be the best, and could suffer a lot from power creep in the future. But of course you will still be able to clear all the content with her. Next we have Grace. This character is a bit special, because she's the only one specialized in Anomaly. She's electric type, and she has some range. Not as much as Rina though. Her hits are physical, but she can also launch grenades dealing electric type damage. Her role is to apply Anomaly, which will increase shock, dealing more electric damage after each hit. But the most important thing about her is that she can cancel most of her combos at any time. So I think she will probably be a very high skill cap character. I am sure fighting games players will love her. The 5th character, Koleda. I think she's a bit weird because she will depend a lot on a 4-star character, Ben. If you don't use Ben, Koleda won't be able to use all of her combos in her kit, so she won't be as good. She's a fire-type stunner like Lycaon, but Lycaon will be better than her in that role. She uses a melee weapon and is very easy to play. Honestly, unless you really like her playstyle, you probably shouldn't try to get her. Next, Soldier 11. She is fire-type, and she has a very interesting mechanic. Her basic attacks will be physical, unless you click at the right timing. Then they will become fire type. So you won't be able to spam with her, you will have to click at the right timing each time. Grace and her will for sure be the two hardest characters to play with the highest skill cap. But as I said, if you like this kind of complexity, you will love her. I think she's the one I want to play. I really like her playstyle and how she looks, and if she has a high skill cap, it means I'll enjoy the game for more time, since I'll be spending hours and hours learning how to play her. So, that's all the standard characters. Depending on if you're going to pull for Ellen or not, you have different options as I said. And also, it depends a lot on if you're casual or if you want to play more complex characters like Grace and Soldier 11. There is no bad choice except maybe Koleda, which I really don't trust since she relies on a 4-star character. Other than her, you can play pretty much anything and still do well. If you want a tier list, I would say Ellen at S tier, Lycaon and Rina at A tier, also Soldier 11 at A tier if you're good with her, Nekomata and Grace at B tier, and of course Koleda at C tier. Yeah, I hope you found this guide useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you like my content as I'm trying to grow on YouTube now. I'll make Zenless Zone Zero content as well as Wuthering Waves and other gacha games, so yeah. And let me know in the comments which character you're going to pull. Bye!